Hello and welcome to GOA365 News Now. I am Subhashish and these are the headlines. Third phase of the Marathon 2024 Lok Sabha elections come to an end. Around 60% voter turnout recorded across 11 states. Goa sees voter turnout of around 75%. Voters in Panjim and Kansauli report incidents of indelible ink on their fingers fading after a simple hand wash. Election Commission denies. Storm hovering over the east coast of India moves northwards towards Andhra Pradesh. Chances of rain in Goa between 11th and 13th May. And now for the news in detail. The third phase of the Marathon 2024 Lok Sabha elections concluded on Tuesday across 92 constituencies in 11 states and union territories. After voting that began at 7 am, the overall voter turnout recorded for phase 3 stood at 60.19%, with Goa recording an above average voter turnout of around 73% as per the Election Commission's provisional figures.
This phase witnessed polling in several high-stakes states like Gujarat, Kerala, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Goa and Karnataka among others. Some of the highest voter turnouts were reported from Assam at 74.86%, West Bengal at 73.93% and Goa at 72.52%. Other states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh reporting a voter turnout of just over 50%. Over 1,300 candidates across major national and regional parties as well as independents contested these 92 Lok Sabha seats, which constitute around 17% of the total 543 parliamentary constituencies. The electoral juggernaut now moves towards the fourth phase scheduled for May 13th, covering 96 more seats across states like Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. The nail-biting final counts and results for all 543 constituencies will be declared on June 4th. Manish Parab and Sanika Nagvekar for GOA365.
By morning, over 30% of voters had cast their ballots across the state. However, concerns arose as complaints surfaced in certain areas. Most notably, some voters in Kansauli and Panjim reported instances of the indelible ink on their fingers fading or being easily removable.
With each election come new challenges. This time, despite calls for the use of paper ballots instead of electronic voting machines, the latter remained the chosen method. Adding to the concerns, voters reported instances of easily removable ink meant to prevent duplicate voting. Such issues have raised fears among the electorate about potential manipulation. Former Kortalim MLA Alina Saldana spoke to the media regarding the issue, expressing concern over potential implications for electoral transparency.
I'm really shocked that the mark for the voter that is put on the finger has suddenly disappeared just because I poured a few drops of water after having a cup of tea. Now, if this is going to happen with all the other voters, how are we going to ensure that the voting is done on principles?
A voter at booth number 8 in Panjim voiced suspicions over the integrity of the electoral process after discovering that the supposedly indelible ink on her finger was easily removable. Engaging in a heated discussion with the polling officer, she argued that this could enable fraudulent voting. While no immediate action was taken in response to her concerns, she was eventually escorted away by the police at the polling station.
They put ink on my finger. I went home, just washed my breakfast plate, and the ink is gone. So what is the meaning of this? Is this another ink scam? I don't know. I don't know why that ink is put on the finger. And if it's not needed, why keep that girl sitting there putting ink on everybody's finger if it is just a formality? So I want to know. I'm going to meet the presiding officer to ask why has this ink gone. I remember before when we used to go to vote, as the nail grew, the ink would go higher. That was what it is.
Correct.
Now what is this new type of ink that they have brought? So I want to know, and this has not only happened to me, it has happened to a lot of people. A friend of mine, Rebani Saha, she voted in Sukur. She also said the ink has gone. Another 2-3 people have complained. So what is the meaning of this? We want an answer from the presiding officer, so I'm waiting to meet him.
She also pointed out to the media that voters had complained of similar issue in polling booths in Porvorim and Sukur.
What is this scam?
You
Is it
given
an ink
complaint?
scam? Somebody complained to the polling officer in the morning. This is the letter here. This is in Porvori. Now this is happening in booth number 8, Panjim. So I don't know where else. It must be happening in a lot of places. So, hello. Come here. In Goa, there is in Goa here. I'm near booth number 8. Please come in. 8. Yeah, here Masa Namori. Masa Namori, booth number 8. I voted, I've come to complain, not only vote. My ink has gone. Yes, they've come to take me. I don't mind going anywhere.
You can come.
Fine, no problem.
You can complain, ma. You complain.
No, I want to, the officer's coming. I've already complained. She's the presiding officer, called the polling officer or something. I'm waiting for them. All these letter complaints, my reply will come after 10 days. No point.
So if you have
I voted in the morning, 8 o'clock, don't worry. I'm not going to,
go out.
everybody else can vote in peace, but please see that your ink remains on the finger.
Yes.
That is my problem.
And here's another complaint that came from a polling booth in Navilim's Mandopa.
I'm Anastasio Carnero, Navili 33, constituency part 7, Mandopa. I'm आता voting करून येयल्लो एपय पय तुमकां दिसतलें हें इंक लायलां हें हातीचें इंक गेलां हें इंक उरना I have already reported RO, I have reported ARO, I have reported sector officer right here. So now they said they'll go through this and they'll do the inquiry. हांव मागता हेजेर तारो inquiry जावची. Voting करतोस हातीक इंक लायता इंक गेलें आनी हे भाशेन तर इंक गेला. I have a doubt there can be malpractice in this voting process. I've been a sincere citizen, law-abiding citizen. I brought it to the notice of the election officers. I already informed RO, I informed ARO, I have informed sector officer. So this ink, whatever ink is used, I think maybe the ink validity is gone or it is an expiry stock. They need to check and they need to do the inquiry. And malpractice should not happen maybe in my booth or in my constituency or all over Goa. This is what is my concern. हांव मागता हेजेर तारो इलेक्शन कमिशनरान इन्क्वायरी करची. कांय ना हिंग गेलां पळय.
गोवा 365 खातीर हिरू महाले, रमेश नायक राउत, विलियम रॉड्रिक्स and संगीता ओली.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Tragedy struck in South Africa as a multi-story apartment building collapsed in the coastal city of George, leaving 2 construction workers dead and 53 others trapped under the rubble. Here's more on this.
The collapse occurred around 2 p.m. with over 20 workers rescued from the wreckage and rushed to nearby hospitals for treatment. Emergency responders, including sniffer dogs, were deployed to the scene to search for survivors, as fears mounted that some may be buried beneath massive concrete slabs.
Number of workers that we believe are trapped inside. Some of them have been rescued already, but we believe there are many more workers down below. So you've got rescue teams who are already working on site to try and recover where they heard calls from people. But it's also going police site. So what we are trying to do in Devon is to get in as much rescue equipment as possible. There are trains that are on their way. One's coming in from Mossel Bay, and there's equipment and further rescue teams coming in from Worcester and from Cape Town already on their way to here. And I think as we can hear from the sirens around us, we've got more and more emergency vehicles that are coming in to come and assist, and the teams that are here to try and help with what we're doing. Obviously, we're very concerned and very worried about the people inside, and I think about their families that are being affected as well. And so certainly this is going to be a fairly lengthy rescue exercise, and it's probably going to go right through the night.
More than 100 personnel were on site with cranes and heavy lifting equipment en route to assist in the rescue efforts. The cause of the collapse remains under investigation, with authorities opening a case to determine the circumstances leading to the tragedy. The situation is described as still in the rescue stages, with efforts expected to continue for days. Subhashish Govekar and Omkar Deshprabhu for GOA365.
We will take another short break. Stay with us. And finally, for the weather, the storm we've been tracking along the east coast has now moved further up north. It's currently over Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and has brought lightning and heavy rain to many parts. We are expecting some rain in Goa too, but later. IMD says the highest chance for rain is between the 11th and 13th and has warned citizens to stay prepared. Here's more on the forecast for Wednesday.
Poor day went by extremely hot and humid, with temperatures touching 35 in many parts. Humidity levels were between 65% and 75%, because of which the ambient temperature was over 38. We are anticipating similar conditions on Wednesday too, with the maximum forecast as 34. The minimum, on the other hand, is likely to be a hot 27. So make sure to keep up the intake of fluids and electrolytes, because temperatures this high come with an equally high risk of heat strokes. Partly cloudy skies are expected on Wednesday. Temperatures remain above normal. Maximum and minimum temperatures on Wednesday 34 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius respectively. Winds die down on Wednesday. No respite from heat expected anytime soon. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
And with that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log on to our website www.goa365.tv. You can also follow us on Facebook and YouTube at GOA365 TV. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and keep watching GOA365.